Hey Salma, Daphne here. I'm thinking of you this morning. Maybe your exam is now. You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. I'm sure your speaking is as good as your writing. Yes, these are your last ones in this pack. Your option, if you do need to do another one, personally, I don't think you do. I think you're better off spending your time reviewing the corrections we've done before. I think just writing another essay won't help you. You know what to do. I think your time is better spent to go back to some of our corrections. There might be something you think, oh yeah, actually I've forgotten that, or actually, yeah, I could do that or incorporate that. So I usually recommend that as my best advice rather than writing more. And then if I can't get to your correction on time, then you just get panicked. So that would be my tip. Okay, here, local governments are pushing companies to move from large cities to regional locations, benefits and drawbacks. Give reasons. Okay, in today's business world, good. Where capitalistic societies determine the world's economies, companies of all sizes are located mostly in metropolitan cities, where the chances of generating profit is high. Wow. This is perfect, but do you need this comment? It's quite a political comment, absolutely no problem with that, and it's totally correct. But today's business world, where rather than capitalistic societies, you might put where creating profits determine success or something like that. Doesn't matter. But it is a general rule. I try and avoid politics in essays. This is perfect. However, governments are taking the initiative of relocating. Now, it's not all governments. It's called local governments. So I would go some regional or some government departments. Just to be strictly correct, it's not quite the same. Governments and local governments or some government authorities are relocating companies in other areas of their countries that could potentially have positive impacts, but could also result in some side effects. Yes, but remember what we said, such as, but side effects including why. Okay, this is really, really important. You don't have to give me much, give me a word, but that, such as something, and including why, you don't even have to do both these, you could just do one of them, stops this sentence from becoming an empty sentence with no kind of connection to your essay. It's a really, really important thing to try and remember. Yes, good. I love how you do that passive in there. Primarily, shifting the concentration of companies from large cities to smaller suburban ones would mean the population would also shift. Would also shift to more industry. Now, would, not necessarily, might. There's a difference between would and might and could. Here, definitely might also shift to be more evenly distributed. This is a win-win situation when densely populated cities could benefit good from the reduced road traffic and congestion, and less populated cities would be, there's okay, offered more services than they used to have. Not they normally had, but they used to have. So, great opportunity to use this used to have, which we can't use very often, but we all learn at school. Okay, for instance, study or a study? Studies or a study? Study results. Okay, by Abu Dhabi revealed there was a reduction, that should be a noun, of 40% in Dubai citizens who drove frequently to Abu Dhabi for grocery shopping when a large grocery store was opened in Dubai. Really? 40% who frequently drove. The adverb here has to be before the verb. You could even use the word commuted, because I know you normally commute for work, but you're making the point, which is quite amusing, that people drove to a different country to do their shopping. So you could use the word commuted here. To Abu Dhabi for grocery shopping when a large... Yeah, that is absolutely perfect. Look at that writing. No mistakes, hardly any mistakes. I mean, look, wow. Conversely, growing populations that result from increased production of goods and services in a particular area usually carries the risk. Okay, growing populations resulting instead of that result from, I'd go resulting from, just a little bit more elegant, from increased production of goods and services in a particular area, comma, and you should put that in that's a relative clause, or participle clause we call it, so that should be in commas there. Usually growing populations usually carry, population is carry, so it's like a singular, the risk of some kind of pollution. Now, this kind of pollution, this increased pollution, don't repeat kind of, could come from either individuals inhabiting this area, this larger area, or expanded, make the point, or byproducts of those companies producing goods and services. For example, research by UAE demonstrated that air and water pollution has significantly increased. Now, because it was 2020, you should go for the past tense there. You've specifically given it a date. If you gave it no date, I'd go absolutely present perfect. You've placed a time on it, so it is in the past. But one of the largest chocolate factories that produces, again here, you could have ing, producing. Same as above. You can't always do this, but here you can. And it's just neater for literally for the flow, the coherence, the way it's read. Producing and selling chocolate. But you've put chocolate factories producing and selling chocolate, so maybe that's obvious. So I don't think you need that. And I go opened, so same, past simple. So one of the largest, you could have, if you want another adjective, you could have to put popular or something like that. Opened in Dubai. It was proven the water pollution came from, so definitely past tense, because you've got that 2020, yeah? Individuals who threw away, past tense, the wrappers in the water, while air pollution came from the dense production of chocolate. Okay, good example. Again, very relatable, very connected, absolutely perfect. To conclude, having companies in locations that would normally be considered unusual, or the better word might be here, rural, which means out of town, could positively impact both large and small populations. However, the element of risk it poses, be specific, like in the intro, in terms of pollution, should be taken, or must also be taken into account to avoid imbalance. Okay, that is a lovely essay. The way you write is so good. I wonder what business you're in. Maybe, are you a journalist? You mentioned journalism. But this is fabulous. So good. Well done. Great control on your writing. It's exactly what you want to be showing. Brilliant. So a relative is arriving for a vacation, arrived by plane. Okay, you got that. Much love. Woo! Dear Daphne, very excited you're finally visiting. I wish I was. My brother lives in Dubai. We've been planning this for ages, but weren't able to make it because of conflicting work schedules. Unfortunately, my day will still be packed on the day you arrive. I'm wondering if we can avoid repeating on the day you arrive. But I don't think we can. My day will still be packed on. The only way you could do that is put on the 23rd. My day would still be packed on 23rd of May. Because that would be understood that that's the day you're talking about. So that would be understood, yeah? I'll probably reach home late in the evening, but I've arranged everything good. Just to remind you, my place is not so far from the train station. You'll take 540 Street and just turn right from there. You'll easily spot the house. You can hop on the telegram, yep, and just walk it if you're not feeling too tough in the trip. Good. You'll find the key under the mat, obviously, and just unlock. We wouldn't say unlock yourself in, we just say let yourself in. Just let yourself in, okay? I've made a reservation of favourite local restaurants so we can have dinner when I'm back. I've also rented a movie. I made a oh, fantastic. That is just so lovely. I wish I was coming. Sounds perfect. Salma, amazing. You don't need to do any more corrections. You're okay. Honestly, just, as I say, go back on some of our videos and then rest. Yeah, it's hard, that exam. It's long, but you will be absolutely fine. It's been a pleasure correcting your essays. Really good luck.